Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today I give you a little update on the Beards and Bangers fleet, which is still standing at 6, even though I said I was going to get it down to 2.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
So if we think about my fleet history, so I started out with just the MG ZR and the MG ZT 260. ZR sold back in May 2022. Got the 260 back on the road in April this year, and then yeah, I've been buying and selling a few cars since then. So yeah, so what have we sold this year? So I sold the Rover, the BMW 3 Series, the Nissan Micra kitten face. I've sold the Rover 216, which sold really easily. That was the fastest sale of all this year, and the MG TF as well. I think that's it. I don't think I've sold any more cars. Might have done. I might have forgotten, but we've still got 6 left on the fleet. So we'll have a look firstly at the MG ZTT, a car that really hasn't featured that greatly on my channel. Now, I bought this car purely for the Apex alloys, as I said in a previous video, but it's a good solid car in a really nice colour, pearl black, or PBT to give it the correct paint code. I think I've sold it. Just need to get the clutch done so someone can actually buy it, but it's actually a really clean car. Let's get it cleaned up, get the clutch done, and it's pretty much ready to go as it is. I have got tyres. You're looking at these tyres, they're looking pretty perished and without much tread on them, so I have got tyres to go on this car as well. Yeah, so this one I will drive it before I sell it, so you can see it. I've not driven an MG ZTT at all. I've not driven an MG ZT CDTI, so I need to do that to be able to continue my my video series on all the MG Rover R40 platform cars. But yeah, so I'll do a video on it when it's fixed. So yeah, just really the clutch is the main thing and the tyres, but that's going to get done really soon. But yeah, nice car. I'm looking forward to giving it a drive, just so I can participate in 2023 Year of the Tourer just a little bit. Yeah, headlights need polishing as well. That's something I will need doing, and it'll need MOTing. So yeah, it needs a bit more than just the clutch, but yeah, that will get done, and this will make someone a really nice, usable, practical daily driving car. So the 260 is slowly coming back together. So the exhaust is just about back together. Just need to weld up some new back boxes. So I've got the back boxes, just need to weld a bit of pipes. Austin's going to do that for me. Bit of plumbing to go, and then we can see it's now got its new air cleaner, which we can just about make out up there. So once that's back on, we can get it reconnected and fire it up. First time since April. BRM, the BRM, is now on a ramp in the dry, so going to weld up this little bit of crust on this sill. So yeah, a bit of welding underneath, and then also we've got an MG ZR exhaust to go on the whole thing. So going to replace this downpipe. This is an aftermarket cat on brow. I didn't realise it had that. So going to have a OEM MG ZR 160 front pipe, centre section and rear box. What the rear box is actually already on, which I don't know if I've shown you that yet on video. Yeah, we've got a Yan Speed rear box on there. So yeah, centre pipe's there as well, but we just need the correct flange. So the flange is different on the BRM to the ZR 160, but I've got the whole exhaust for this. Miranda is on a lift as well. So this is the Rover 75. So we've got a series going on with the paintwork on this. I'll be doing the interior next, but Austin has done me a few mechanical bits needed doing. So we needed a bit of suspension attention at the back here. So we've now got new drop links on the front. Got new tyres for the car as well, so they're on. The one thing this car didn't have was a handbrake, so this has been completely rebuilt. I want this to go out, you know, when I sell it, for it to be really sorted. So yeah, new handbrake, shoes, and then new wheel bearings on its way. So that's going to go on pretty soon. So that's these 3 cars. Yeah, looking forward to getting this one sold. It was an unexpected purchase, I have to say. But yeah, the paint's actually looking rather good. We just need to give it a bit of a polish. That's the front bumper that Simon painted got the little bit there on the sill, and then this door's really come back very nicely, so that's really good news that this door didn't need replacing or serious bodywork, just a bit of a wet sand and some re-lacquer, and yeah, it's actually looking all right. Yeah, new tyres. I actually used part warns on this, so rather trying to keep the cost down, but make sure the car's safe for someone else to drive. So I've used part warns on there, so they went on yesterday. So Husley is just looking wonderful, it has to be said. Parked out the front of the house now. Paint looks good. What needs to happen to Husley? I'm going to put a reversing camera on. So I've got the flash radio now with all the hands-free and everything, but it just does need a reversing camera because it's quite hard to see. That exhaust sounds great. Next year for the MOT, need some welding done here. You can see there's no paint there at all. So that's going to get done March, April time. Someone decided to key the car, so we need to get that out. And then, yeah, under the bonnet, which I'm not going to open up because I haven't actually got the keys with me. Yeah, I think the timing's slightly out, so we need to get that looked at. And then the car needs to go back into Tom Force to get the right map put in it, because of course, I think Tom tried about 5 or 6 maps, but of course the exhaust downpipe wasn't the correct diameter. There was various things that were holding it back, so it'd be interesting to see what happens with that when we can get back over there. But yeah, Husley's a great car. It's come such a long way from what it was. If you look back to my early video, what was it, June 22, the car was ugly. The apex wheels just look absolutely fantastic on the front of the car, or on the car, full stop. And those Goodyear tyres, Eagle F1s, they are seriously good. You can really, you know, not worry about wet roads because they're just displacing water like anything. So yeah, Husley is looking good, but let's go and look at the car that has captured my imagination the most. But the car that's given me the most pleasure at the moment is Penny, the Rover Streetwise diesel. So if I remind you of the story of this car, so I bought it from a guy in Wales who had sold it by Tom, one of my subscribers, and it was, yeah, stock L series, so 101, 102 brake horsepower. Yeah, we've improved the breathing, we've improved the map on the car, so it's probably putting out around 150, 160 brake horse. So what we've now got is a performance car that is economical. If you were to drive a KV6 or a 1.8 VVC in the same manner, you would spend an absolute fortune on fuel, but this thing is so economical, it just sips its fuel. It's an absolute pleasure to drive. I'm just going to walk you around it and tell you a few more things I'm going to do to it, and then we'll go for a little spin and wrap this video up. So I've been giving serious thought about lowering the car. What I'm finding is, because there's so much power now, under hard acceleration the car squats, which looks great, but the problem is that you lose a bit of traction on the front wheels. So I'm pretty much decided that I'm going to lower it. So that's probably going to be MG ZR springs. Don't have to change the dampers or anything like that. Oh, it's gone into a nice muddy puddle there. That's great. But yeah, I think I will lower it. I really enjoyed driving Austin's 1.4, which is lowered, and it does improve the handling without making it the ride uncomfortable. So that's something I'm going to do. You'll remember I've got some addendum alloys to go on the car. So these are 16-inch standard wheels for the Streetwise. Got a set of addendums that I got from Allegro Man. Gonna get those refurbed and then put some decent tyres on it. It's putting out a bit of power, so it's important to have decent wheels. Gonna start attacking the bodywork. So we've got this little rust area here, so I'm gonna strip that back, cure that. Got this dent to pull out here. This is gonna be jobs for the winter. Obviously car show season is now pretty much done, although we've got the NEC coming up in the second week of November, so that, looking forward to that. But yeah, car show season's done, so it really is a time now to get the car maintained. Other things I'm going to do, yeah, this roof has got this bloom on it. I have tried it with polish and compound. and it has brought the paint back a bit, but I think it really needs wet sanding. So plan is get the roof bars off, really sand this back. You can see we've got a little bit of lacquer peel here, just in a couple of areas, so not too bad. But we'll re-lacquer the roof as well. Obviously Simon's given me some good education on how to do that. And that's pretty much it on the outside. The other thing I'm going to do on the inside is get the headlining done. So we've said in video about the 25 1.1. We've now found this headlining, pretty decent colour. So I've got about 6 meters of that on order. So obviously the 75 needs new headlining, this needs new headlining, and the BRM will need new headlining when we get on with that. Yeah, and then inside got some new dash vents. Austin's very kindly given me a box of spares there. So yeah, going to replace the dash vents because these are pretty flimsy. This one though, so this in the center console, this right hand one, I'm actually going to put a boost gauge in there, because one thing the car does need is the turbo boost pressure increasing. I think stock on these is about 14 and a half. So what that means is we're not getting enough fuel burn. So Penny has got a bit of a smoking problem. Yeah, so we're going to have a boost gauge in there. This radio is really good. I'm not going to change that. It's not DAB, but it does work on the remote, which is good. The one thing I do need to do is plug in the microphone. It has got a microphone with it, which isn't plugged in. So it'd be really good to have hands-free with this car. Yeah, we'll need to get the seats either replaced or looked at some point, because they're a bit, you can see they're a little bit come off their bases, so we need to get that sorted out. Gonna get 160 brakes put on the car, so I haven't got the hubs with me, so I can't show you those, but yeah, I've got some 160, I'll turn you around, got some 160 hubs, which Austin has very kindly painted for me, so just to give it a bit more braking power. It's not quite got the brakes that it needs. So what we'll do is we'll go for a little drive in this and wrap the video up. Yes, this car's a real pleasure to drive. It's so much fun. If any of my subscribers or friends does want to have a drive in it, then by all means, when we meet up, have a go. I'm very happy for people to take her out and be delighted. Yeah, I just reminded myself of a job that he's doing. This window regulator on this passenger front door isn't working, so that'll need doing. That'll be an Austin job though. Yeah, so yeah, just recap where we are with the fleet. So the BRM I'm keeping. I'm going to turn that into a really nice car, get it A1. I saw Tony's BRM back at the Hook Norton show, or up the Hook Norton Classics, in the summer, and I was like, that's what a BRM should look like. It's really, really good. So we're going to get BRM as good as possible. The ZTT, going to get that fixed, and hopefully it's already sold, as I say. The 260, that's nearly fixed. That's going to be sold. So if anyone's after a reasonably low mileage, ex-power grey, pre-facelift MG ZT 260, then please do get in touch. And of course, before that, we will have the Rover 75 done. So yeah, that's just going to have its mechanicals finished off. That should be done early this week. And yeah, get it back, just finish off that cleaning. Bit more lacquer on the door, just notice a spot where it just needs a bit more lacquer. That'll then get polished and look really nice. Got to get busy with the thinners to get all that trim off that someone's put on there. Carefully get it off all the air vents and other bits and bobs where it's been stuck, and that's going to make someone a really nice car. Now the suspension components have been replaced, the handbrake's been fixed, it's solid underneath. I've got some photographs of it underneath. When I do list it on whatever I'm going to list it on, I haven't decided yet, you'll see what a solid car it is. So yeah, I'm looking forward to winter. I've got a few projects going on. It's quite nice not getting up at the crack of dawn on Sundays and going to car shows, but you know, it is nice doing that. But yeah, it's quite nice just to sort of kick back on a Sunday. One thing to note, we've got the Chiltern Hills Rally in Aylesbury on the 19th of May. Going to have a joint Beards and Bangers and Smashing Pistons club stand. Also looking to get a year at the Streetwise club stand as well, so that's going to be great fun. I'm so looking forward to getting loads of Rover Streetwises lined up together, because it's not something you see very often at car shows. But yeah, channel's in a good place. Thank you to those of you who are members. If you do want to join as a member, you get early access to videos like this. Thank you to my subscribers. Please, if you like MG Rover cars and other cars as well, then do hit the subscribe button. Next year we're going to see some other marks on the channel, that's for sure. Yeah, don't forget to hit like, and do drop a comment. If you've got anything to say, please say it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again on the next episode of Beards and Bangers really soon. Goodbye.